you've seen a ton of awkward, long breakups in your day. Where does Jason Garrett and the Cowboys rank for you?
That would have been, it's up there.
Week.
It's up there. In the 18-year history of me seeing love and breakup, it would have been, and a tough one because, look, he's a good guy.
He sure is.
And by the way, a good ball coach and an NFL quality coach. It's just one of those things, and you've been in, whether it's TV, sports, no matter what, there is a point in time when you just got to cut and you got to make a change. And that, when you have the horses, and clearly they do have the horses, you can't tell me they don't have as good of players as Minnesota or Tennessee that are now deep into the playoffs.
Correct.
So they have the stars, they have the power, they have the line, they got it all. What's left? Well, it's the organization. It's the coach. You got to make a change. And I hate to say that because, we all are so glib about coaching changes and all that. These are still people's lives.
Yes.
Jason Garrett has his life set up in Dallas.
He's such a good dude.
And he's a
really
great guy.
is.
And he's a good coach. And obviously he'll probably be picked up somewhere. But Jerry had to make a change. As loyal as Jerry Jones is, he had to turn this thing around.
Well, now I feel bad for being glib in the way that I set up the question. But all that now that we got that out of the way, it was weird last week, and the fact that they never officially said that we're done here.
Well, and aren't there? And look, the NFL standards. Like once you announce it, aren't there steps you have to officially take? And so I think not doing it just allows them to.
But they still did interview other coaches, including Marvin Lewis, and they are the first team to name a new coach, even after all of that last week.
I would love to eventually talk to them and how well Mike McCarthy must have sold them in the room, because there was the interview that apparently was supposed to go just the afternoon, evening. He ends up spending the night.
Yes, he did.
Allegedly at Jerry's house.
Does he have a windmill?
Yeah, apparently they went. I mean, night one, basically, wrong? Jerry and Mike McCarthy went to the fantasy suite. 4 times later, they're engaged. So
wait a minute.
Mike McCarthy's a closer, is what I'm saying. He performed. So apparently that must have been one hell of an interview, and he had the right things to say.
Right.
He was there for the right reasons.
He stayed overnight.
Yeah.
That's the report from Schefter.
Basically, that would be like tonight.
Yes.
Peter's in the driveway.
Yes.
Women show up, and he just walks off with one of them. They spend the night together, and game over tomorrow.
But what would happen to the rest of the season of The Bachelor?
Makes for really bad television.
That's what I'm saying. We got to fill out some more weeks to go here.
Right. So you're saying Jerry should have really stretched this out.
Well, you know what? No, you still have to. There is no Senior Bowl to get ready for The Bachelor. So you got to actually get your ducks in a row.
Someone was asking my opinion, and I've heard a lot of people talking this morning about this. About what about Urban Meyer? What about Lincoln Riley? And this happens to the Bachelor and Bachelorettes. Often they're looking for the sexy pick.
Okay.
The guy, the bad boy, the guy they can change. Ask Hannah from last season.
Yes.
What do you get when you get the guitar playing bad boy? Not great. It doesn't always have to be sexy. Safe, solid, really successful, not such a bad thing.
Right.
Mike McCarthy is safe, solid, successful, and he's also a change.
He's the Peter Weber of this equation? He's the Peter Weber of this equation.
He's the Ben Higgins, Peter Weber, and that works out for you.
By the way, this is
Lincoln Riley's the guy with the guitar.
That's right. We don't need that.
Yeah, sure, it's fun, but is it going to work out in the end?
That's your school too, right?
I do look, he would have been.
Wow, that would have been the combination of your two
bringing
teams.
OU and the Cowboys together. We did that once with Barry Switzer. It worked out for a second, for a hot minute.
He was the Peter Weber and the bad boy at the same time.
And then he jumped the fence and ran away. But no, I like the McCarthy pick, and I think, and from what I have also understood, allegedly he does not have to keep anybody, so he can come in and bring in his own people.
Yeah,
and he's gonna have free reign, which you have to have if you're going to turn this thing around.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, because in terms of the idea of Jerry Jones deciding I'm going to bring in a new general manager, I've been saying for weeks here that's just not the way he wants to do it. Right. I mean, he has everything. The guy literally has everything that he wants, except for that one more trophy in the case. And the way that he wants to do it, he wants to do it with his son, Steven, and he wants to do it the way that he wants to do it. In the same way that if you have a fantasy football team, you're not farming out the picks and the week-to-week stuff to just some other person, because that's the way you're supposed to win.
And the pressure's on Jerry, too, because time's ticking. I mean, he's not getting any younger either. And so is this his last head coaching pick?
Right.
And, his last run, as you said, with his family.
Right.
With Charlotte, with Stephen, with all the kids there. Yeah, this is kind of a big step for him. And so obviously McCarthy must have really wooed him in the room.
We'll see how it works out. Obviously, though, coming up in the 2020 season.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.